Good morning. It's time to start Granny Shares the Bible the day, and we're going to look in chapter 34 and verse 24. It says, And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearkened all that went out of the gate of his city, and every male was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of his city. So here the sons of Jacob said, the only way you can have to Shechem, it says Shechem here, I always call him Shechem. Shechem, the only way you can have Dinah is if all the men of your city are circumcised. And the way they got them to agree to do it was said, shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours. In other words, they felt like that they could intermarry with them and get all of their riches from them. And so they agreed to do it. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, circumcised. I don't want to explain it. I'm going to tell you I don't want to, but I will. It was cutting off the foreskin of the men's male part. And I guess that wasn't a normal thing that anybody did in those days except for the Jews. And that was the covenant between Abraham and all of his children, that they would be circumcised. And so all of the Jews were circumcised, and Ishmael's children too, and all of Keturah's children, all of Abraham's family, the males were circumcised. And so this is what they required of Hamor and Shechem and the whole city if they were going to intermarry with them. But really, the sons of Jacob were being deceitful, because we look back and he said, and the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully, verse 13, and said, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. They weren't going to make a league with them of any kind because of what Shechem had done to Dinah. And so it says, and it came to pass on the third day when they were sore, because it hurt them, it was hard on them, that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword and came upon the city boldly and slew all the males. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out. So Dinah was there. She was in his house. She didn't come home. That was part of it, wasn't it? That their sister was his. He had taken her. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city because they had defiled their sister. They took their sheep and their oxen and their asses and that which was in the city and that which was in the field, and all their wealth and all their little ones and their wives took they captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. And Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, Ye have troubled me to make me stink among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites. And I, being few in number, they shall gather themselves together against me and slay me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my house. And they said, Should he deal with our sister as with an harlot? Oh, what a mess this was. Now, Jacob, his whole household is different, because now they have everything that was belonging to that city. They have it. All the women, all the children, all of Jacob's whole life was turned upside down because of this Dinah because of his daughter Dinah being taken by Shechem, and Simeon and Levi being so angry about it that they killed every one of those men. I don't know how many they were, but it was an awful slaughter, I just say that. And then they took all their little ones and their wives. So that's why I said this chapter is not my favorite in the Bible. It's the truth, but it's not my favorite. Because Dinah, Nala is growling at me for she wants to go out. Go on the doggy door. Go to the doggy door. So anyhow, I'll go on because I'm not going to stop for her right now. She can go out the doggy door, but she doesn't want to because it's got that flap on it that she doesn't like. Anyhow, that's what's going on with Nala. Well, so all of this happened, and now Jacob's household, he has more cattle, more sheep, more asses, more oxen. He's got more children. He's got all these wives that they have to be taken care of. And Jacob is saying, you have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites. And I, being few in number, they shall gather themselves together against me and slay me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my house. So Jacob was scared because this had happened, and the people around saw what they had done, and he was afraid that all of them would gather together and kill them. But Simeon and Levi were not sorry. Should he deal with our sister as with an harlot? So they felt like it was their honor to do this. It had to be that they wouldn't let him do this to their sister. Okay, so chapter 35 starts. And God said unto Jacob, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God, that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Then Jacob said unto his household, and to all that were with him, Put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. So Jacob heard from God and needed to hear from God. I'm sure he cried out to God about what was going on and heard from him, and God told him to go to Bethel. Now, let's see where they are. Let's look at our map again, and let's see how far they have to go to Bethel. Here's go back to the travelings of Jacob and Rachel. Find it. Oh, it's too far. I should mark the page, shouldn't I? Okay, here it is. It's page 18. Okay. Here, they're at Shechem and Bethel. I don't know why I always thought they were going north to Bethel, but no, they were going south. In my mind, I pictured it as north, but they were going south. And Shechem and Bethel are about not quite 20 miles apart. So they were going from Shechem to Bethel, and it was about 20 miles apart. And so that's where they were going, because God told him to go there. He said, Arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there. That's why I thought it was north, because when we say up in Florida, you don't go up anywhere but north. Because going up has two meanings. It can either mean north, up, geographically up, or up the mountain, up to a higher place. So Bethel must have been a higher place than Shechem. Let's look and see if it shows any, if it was mountainous. Yeah, it does. So he was telling him to go up to Bethel. And when you look on the maps, you see that Bethel was kind of in the middle of the mountains. There's a whole mountain ridge where Hebron is, Jerusalem, Bethel, Shechem. They're all with the mountains, but it looked like Shechem was in a lower part than Bethel as far as the mountains were concerned. So that's why God said go up to Bethel. Okay, so they went. Let's see. No, he said, let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto God. Because God had told him to. Go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God, that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. So now Jacob is telling his household to put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean and change your garments. We don't know if they walked around dirty. You know, we take a shower every day. Lots of us do. And we have clean clothes on every day. But back then, they didn't have any washing machines. They didn't have any easy way to get their clothes clean. And probably lots of times they didn't have any water to get into to get a bath. But here he says, put away the strange gods that are among you. So his household, he knew that there were strange gods in his household. He didn't know about Rachel, I don't guess. Maybe he knew by now that she had strange gods. And let us arise and go up to Bethel. Now he's got those women and little ones from Shechem. So he's really in a lot of strife and a lot of feeling like I'm not sure how to get through all this. I'm sure that's the way Jacob felt. And look what it says in verse 4. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand. So they had strange gods. We know that Rachel did, but we don't know about all the rest of them. And all their earrings which were in their ears, and Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. Okay, we talk about the earrings that were in their ears. How come they did that? Us holiness people know. But a lot of people that are not holiness do not know, because it doesn't matter to them if they adorn themselves with gold and pearls and costly array. It doesn't matter to them. They think it doesn't matter to God. But when you begin to approach unto God, to get closer to God, you begin to realize that this pride of life, having jewelry on you to make you look so beautiful, causes pride in your heart. And that pride, the Bible said, God resisteth the proud, but giveth more grace to the humble. And people that adorn themselves, when they want to get close to God, or think that they're coming close to God, they don't want it. They want to get loose from that and just be their humble selves. And that's what was happening here. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all their earrings which were in their ears. And Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. So this is amazing and eye-opening, isn't it? It might be eye-opening to some of you who wear jewelry. It might be eye-opening. You might think, why do I never feel like I can get as close to God as I want to, as I would like? Because you're not humble. You've made yourself beautiful, and you're proud. And the Lord He's trying to show you in His Word, even in Genesis, that those kind of things, wearing jewelry, will make you proud and won't let you be as humble as you really need to be. Let me ask you a question. Does God wear jewelry? When you think of God, do you think of Him as having on gold rings? You think of Him as having on earrings or necklaces? Do you think of Him like that? He's holy. You don't think of Him, I don't think of Him as ever having to be adorned by anything. When you think of Jesus, do you think of Jesus as wearing jewelry? I don't. Because He was humble. And this is what this is alluding to. It's making you know that when they knew they were going to come close to God in Bethel, that they were going to come there as a humble people. And especially not have strange gods. And it says, and they journeyed, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were round about them, and they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. So I believe we'll stop right there. They could have, the people of that land might have wanted to wreak vengeance on them. Maybe some of those wives and some of those little ones were kin to them. I don't know. From other cities. All I know, they journeyed, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were round about them. And they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. God protected them. Why did all of this happen? I don't know. I'm just sharing with you what I do know. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Dinah. We don't really find out what happened to her. I don't know how she felt. I don't know what it was all about with her. All we know is this happened in their lives, and it did change them. It changed their family, changed their household, changed everything. So, and that's what happens to us sometimes. Something we don't understand why it happened, but you know the Bible says this, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to His purpose. So let's just believe that, because it's true. All right, I'm going to go, and I will see you tomorrow. God bless you.